31 survival games are scheduled to release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One this 2017 and 2018. Let's check them out right now. Number 31 is Survive the Nights. A unique twist on the zombie survival genre, this first-person survival takes place after a devastating zombie infestation. With an interactive day and night cycle, make use of the light to gather the resources to survive another day in the lonely world. As desperation looms on the horizon, you'll be forced to make decisions that'll test your moral fiber as you invade houses for food and resources. Create your own base, and using the right tools, fortify it with traps and planks. Increase your chances of survival even further by bringing in your friends to the vast world. Currently on early access, it will make its official release on the PC sometime this 2017. Number 30 is One Life. Ever feel like games don't have enough challenge? Then this just might be the game for you. It's one of the most unforgiving games yet, not because of gameplay challenges and terrifying bosses, but because it gives you realistic chances. One wrong move and you're out of the game, forever, with no chance of return. It's the game's primary selling point, and also its weakest aspect. But it does open its players up to the game of a lifetime, or of 2 hours, depending on how good you are. After an unexpected overhype, however, we haven't caught news about its development. It seems that the game's developers have chosen to delay its release indefinitely, hoping to deliver a title that'll match their fans' expectations. No official release date yet, but it's set to release on the PC. Number 29 is Before. If you've gotten enough of the futuristic games, then Facepunch Studios' newest title is the perfect game for you. As their title suggests, it'll take you to a time before humans, civilization, and everything else. This survival simulation will take you to the prehistoric period when early humans walk side by side with the giants of the land. Control your band of humans, build your settlements, and befriend the many tribes that populate the land. Before is a sight to behold, with its gameplay elements wrapped in minimalist style. Created using the Unity engine, its lands are as lush as they are unforgiving. It's set to release on the PC with no official release date yet. Number 28 is Widower's Sky. I know what you're thinking, and no, it's not No Man's Sky. Instead, bask in the warmth of their dreamlike environment in this adventure platformer that's certain to tickle your brain and pull at your heartstrings. Play as a widower father who takes along his son and dog in a quest to find a place called home. Journey across a strange planet, solving the riddles of their puzzling architecture and exploring the portals littered in the land. Enter each of them to propel you towards a new environment with a host of new dangers. While survival takes a backseat to the joys of discovery, Widower's Sky does enough to satisfy both aspects. It's set to release on the PC sometime in 2018. Number 27 is Proven Lands. Inspired by the science fiction of Star Trek and the open-world survival elements of Don't Starve and Project Zomboid, Proven Lands offers more than the ordinary sandbox survival. Not only does it look awesome with their desert alien planet, it plays well too, packed with the grandeur of real scientific mysteries. Proven Lands puts you in the heavy boots of a stranded astronaut, fighting against hunger, thirst, and the wild fauna of this planet. Just like a sci-fi Don't Starve game, roam around its many biomes and build a camp in the middle of the wildlands. It's set to release on the PC sometime in 2018. Number 26 is Far Lone Sails. If there's one thing this game gets right, it's the atmosphere. In this indie survival, you control a vehicle sailing around an endless sea. Enter a dreamlike state as you encounter mystifying settlements, deserted buildings, and sunken ships in a world engulfed by a disastrous catastrophe. With the doom and gloom of its gray world, Far Lone Sails takes you on an isolating journey. Manage your vehicle and make sure you can make it in every obstacle blocking your path. Refuel, upgrade, and fortify your vehicles to prepare for the dangers that lie ahead. No release date yet, but it's set to release on the PC and Xbox One. Number 25 is Outward. The medieval period has always been the realm of RPGs, but this time, the guys from 9 Dot Studio takes you to a medieval paradise with a survivalist twist. While food and water is usually an afterthought in most games, this adventurer life simulator will put a spotlight on the everyday struggles of the not-so-ordinary citizen. Between your epic monster fights and exploration of the vast open world, you'll also have to worry about your hunger, thirst, and sleep. Take care of all your needs and become your most effective during your battles. It's the modern RPG at its most realistic. Bring along a friend. It's set to release on the PC sometime this 2017. Number 24 is Stationeers. From the makers of the addictive work in progress DayZ, creator Dean Hall leaves the chaotic realm of zombie killing madness to focus on the quieter sphere of survival. As a fan of the renowned Space Station 13, Stationeers puts you at the helm of a space station, from the day of its construction to the management of its everyday needs. Set in the outer reaches of space expect a lot of scientific disturbances, with gravity simulations, realistic physics, and facts-based atmospheric conditions. Taking care of everything on the ship, you'll also be expected to care for everyone aboard, contain infections, and get ready to perform some surgical procedures. Still on early access, we're hoping this won't suffer the same frustrating fate as Hall's previous work, set to release on the PC sometime this year. Number 23 is Scum. An elevation of the open-world survival genre, Scum will literally put you in their merciless world. Thanks to their highly customizable characters, you can create your own cyber avatar and partake in a brutal reality series simulation. It tells the story of an entertainment giant so high on power that he's created an inhumane reality TV show featuring the violent prisoners of the African Devil's Island. Violence is definitely key in this prison. Without the limitations of ordinary detention, it's a no-holds-barred tournament, complete with an arsenal of weapons for maximum savagery. It's set to release on the PC this 2017. Number 22 is Heaven. Fly off to the barren wastelands of a distant planetoid in this immersive sci-fi tale. It's the year 2128, and the Earth is crumbling into dust with high populations and divisive technologies. Step into the shoes of Sebastian Marr, who, seeing the hopelessness of the world's situation, launches to a dangerous mining mission light years away from home. In this interactive environment, do as much as you can to survive the loneliness and fatigue that comes with this controversial employment. Communicate with your family, read tablets, and talk to the robots roaming around the isolated space station. With a web of secrets and political intrigue, use your senses to learn everything about the mysterious world. Coming to the PC this third quarter. Number 21 is Wildlands. Here's another gorgeous sandbox adventure. Take to their stunning polygonal environments and pour out some of your creative juices in this interactive world. Much like the voxel world of Minecraft, it offers a vast environment with millions of possibilities. Explore its beautiful environments, gather resources, and build. With its array of vehicles, you'll conquer land, sea, and sky in the span of a few minutes. Bring along your friends and rule the world together. Currently on early access, it's set to release on the PC this fourth quarter. Number 20 is the Darwin Project. Here's a taste of the deadlier kind of survival. Set off to a post-apocalyptic Canada where convicted felons are gathered into one giant battlefield in a fight to the death. Brave the biting climate and watch for opponents who will pounce at you in your most vulnerable. This game is a deadly battle royale and you're invited. The weird shoutcasting in their trailer aside, the game looks fabulous, sporting Overwatch-like visuals that adds a sprinkle of playfulness in its competitive arenas. Unlike other battle arenas, you won't have an arsenal of weapons to choose from. Use your axe to cut down trees to craft weapons to your advantage. Are you the fittest of them all? It's set to release on the Xbox One and PC sometime this year. Number 19 is Deadwood, the Forgotten Curse. Take yourself on a trip to an endlessly colorful and adorable world. It's so vibrant and childishly wondrous that a zombie survival game is the last thing you expect from it. Come along with the ingenious Lathe and the stone giant Rogard as they fight against a horde of wooden zombies called the Deadwood. Help them stop the invasion and protect the land of Nottington. A self-taught genius, use Lathe's little inventions to block out zombies from his beloved town. Go around in his charming open world, scavenge for resources, and use his tools and weapons to defend against the Deadwood. With lovely visuals and lovable characters, it's set to release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One sometime in 2018. Number 18 is The Wild 8. Survival is always easier when you have company, and that's exactly what this game delivers. After a disastrous plane crash, you and your team of 8 survivors are left shivering in the middle of Alaskan wilderness, at the mercy of nature and hopelessly awaiting rescue. Luckily, you'll have a party to work together with. Use your individual skills to protect each other from freezing temperatures and the wild animals that lurk in the shadows. Cut trees, forage for food, and take cover in the darkness of night. Currently on early access, we're awaiting its official release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One sometime this third quarter. Number 17 is Osiris New Dawn. In the new dawn of the space exploration era, this game steps up to pique our interests. With its massive open world, compelling outer space, and survival, Osiris has been compared to a number of games, from No Man's Sky to a space Subnautica to Ark Survival Evolved. Become a part of the team and launch off to Gliese 581 in search of habitable planets. Survive the terror of a literal alien world filled with unknowns. Explore, craft, fight, and work with other players to build a thriving colony. Still on its early access phase, it will officially release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One sometime in 2018. Number 16 is Lovecraft Tales. Another love letter to the fans of the terrible imagining of H.P. Lovecraft. This Indiegogo campaign will combine the classic point-and-click with adventure, survival, and RPG. And despite its 2D exploration, it offers a large open world to discover. It explores the dark themes of Lovecraft's tales, particularly the Whisperer in the Darkness. Try to maintain your sanity as you deal with the pangs of misery in your quest to find the truths of the universe. Simple yet morbidly dark, this game will let you grapple with the fear of the unknown. It's set to release on the PC sometime in 2018. Number 15 is Lost Region. For a game that takes its roots on the iOS platform, the Lost Region has definitely gone a long way. From the Ukraine-based studio, Farum's newest third-person survival game is a ground-up remake of their 2013 app, Bad Day. But with the newest technology on his side, he's shaping up for a move to the PC and the consoles. An open-world MMO, team up with the new people in a struggle for survival and roam around in forests, woods, and more. While it's still early in development, Lost Region shows us its dedication to realism with its locations powered by the Unreal Engine 4. No release date yet, but it's coming to the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Number 14 is Ancient Cities. While the exploration of the ancient civilization isn't at all a new topic, this game wants to take it to new heights. You start your journey throughout time in the early Neolithic era, learning the tricks of agriculture, politics, and combat alongside your humble tribes. Its fusion of management, strategy, and survival, braving natural catastrophes, managing resources, and discovering technologies. Even at its alpha phase, it shows off a tidbit more realism and interactivity as the comparable Banished. Even without much experience in game development, they promise to deliver exciting expansions and realistic dynamics. It's set to release on the PC sometime in 2018. Number 13 is Frostpunk. After their eye-opening take on the horrors of war outside the fields of battle, the creators of War of Mine are giving the world another heart-wrenching quest for survival. As a city-building sim, it puts the focus away from individual miseries of playable characters and choosing to highlight a global, more political concern. As the head of a city in a world that barely sustains life, you're put in charge of the lives of the people. Building structures and, more importantly, creating laws that, while beneficial, will surely question your moral fiber. Legalize cannibalism, send children to work, and decide who gets to survive. It's set to release on the PC this 2017. Number 12 is Escape from Tarkov. While more shooter than survival, Battlestate Games' online FPS looks too good to pass off. Other than their top-notch visuals and sound design, it also has a nuanced control system that really captures the heart of the survival genre. Choose from one of 3 different factions and investigate 10 different maps to uncover the mysteries of Tarkov. If they manage to deliver such an ambitious project, they could probably satisfy or rival your DayZ itch. No launch window yet, but it's scheduled to release on the PC. Number 11 is Rising World. If you're one of the millions struck by the infectious Minecraft craze, then Rising World will probably suit your tastes. And even if you're not, you might still appreciate it. Much like Minecraft, it's an open-world sandbox survival game that leaves you out in the lonely wilderness. But it strays away from Mojang's simplistic voxel visuals and opts for a more realistic world while still keeping the clunky animations. Cut wood, collect plants, meander around its grainy open spaces. Currently on early access on the PC, there's no word on an official release. Number 10 is Metal Gear Survive. In their latest title since the controversial Kojima split, Konami is making an unusual venture for the Metal Gear series. For a franchise anchored on political intrigue, it's entering the rather generic sphere of zombie killing. But while it's far removed from the themes of the series, it still seems like an interesting game to explore. Forgetting its connection to the Metal Gear series, take a step back and bring your friends on a ride against waves of infected creatures, building bases and surviving another day. Or you could be badass on your own with its complete solo experience. It's set to release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One early 2018. Number 9 is Ren. MMOs have risen in popularity these days, and it's nice to see some fresh players. Although the makers of Ren don't exactly fit that description. Made up by a team of industry veterans who worked on World of Warcraft, Frostkeep Studios is bringing the PC Master Race a whole new experience in MMOs. In a hybrid of fantasy and survival, we're launched into an ethereal world that looks like WoW, but with more pixels. Build your base, find new friends, and play against a host of balanced beasts. Still early in development, the PC release is yet to be announced. Number 8 is Die Young. Nothing like a game that throws you right into the action. In Die Young, you control a young girl who finds herself trapped in the midst of violent villagers somewhere in the Mediterranean. Help her find a way out of the hostile environments. Explore the beautifully dangerous countrysides, collect food, pick up items, and create makeshift weapons to increase your chances against the vicious settlers. Powered by the Unreal Engine 4, the game looks stunning, a jarring contrast to the brutality of the world you find yourself in. Currently in early access, developers Indie Gala are planning to release it on the PC, Xbox One, and PS4 this 2017. Number 7 is Darkwood. After almost 3 years on alpha, Acid Wizard's survival horror game has finally reached beta phase, just one step closer to its eventual release. Literally giving us a new perspective in horror games, its top-down orientation doesn't go in the way of its terrifying presentation and narrative. Even in its early stages, it has gained high regard among its reviewers, achieving a 9 out of 10 score on Steam. It's simple, it's intense, and everyone loves it. Coming to the PC on August 2017. Number 6 is Pray for the Gods. If anyone wants to experience the glory days of PlayStation 2's Shadow of the Colossus, then this game is a mesmerizing take on its legend. Indie developer No Matter Studios takes you on a journey into a vast snowy wilderness, sprawling with colossal beasts and dangerous wildlife. Control a lone hero seeking to find meaning in a never-ending winter. Encounter titans twice your size and climb them to hit that sweet spot. Its non-linear world grants you the freedom to do anything at any time. Even taking down the monsters would depend on your playstyle and the day and night cycle. While it was forced to change their name to avoid confusion with Bethesda's Prey, it's still set to release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One this December 2017. Number 5 is Fortnite. Shooting zombies might be fun, but this game by Epic Games and People Can Fly highlights a key aspect in surviving the apocalypse: fort building. Gather your band of survivors and loot, scavenge, and create your way to surviving a fortnight of undead annihilation. Design every inch of their highly customizable forts with tactical precision, reinforce walls, and add some traps for maximum security. But the zombies aren't gonna kill themselves though. Craft weapons, bring out the guns and katanas to fight the hordes in vibrant set pieces, powered by the Unreal Engine 4. Spending years in development hell, Fortnite has finally been released for paid early access, but it's still set to officially release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One sometime in 2018. Number 4 is Breaking Point Standalone. Born out of the creative incubators of Arma's modding platform, their developers are breaking free from the comforts they once had. With a generous Kickstarter campaign, they're aiming to create a more fleshed out version of their successful mod featuring a permadeath online multiplayer. It's survival at its peak as you craft tools, build bases, avoid death. Create your own safe haven or become a nomad out for blood. While mired by controversy for their not-so-friendly admins, there are still hundreds of people awaiting its eventual release on the PC. Number 3 is State of Decay 2. A staple of the open-world zombie survival genre, State of Decay's world is bigger than ever, with a few more surprises up its sleeve. There's no singular hero this time. You'll play as a group of survivors, each with their own abilities and traits. Explore an infested suburb, form relationships, and develop your skills. The choices you make will shape your community in different ways, creating unique experiences for each playthrough. And with the introduction of a 4-player co-op mode, band together with friends to perform raids and rescue other survivors. Manage your resources, scavenge for food, and build a strong base because surviving is only gonna get harder. It's coming to the PC and Xbox One in the first half of 2018. Number 2 is Ark Survival Evolved. Not your ordinary open-world survival game, Ark takes you to a primitive paradise full of gigantic spiders, massive primates, and of course, dinosaurs. Live side by side with the land's most ferocious beasts in a world where only the healthiest, smartest, and fittest survive. Craft, forage, set base camps, and master the art of taming the wild. With a perfect balance of deadly reptiles and beautiful landscapes, it's an immersive experience that'll steal more than just a few hours. While its early access has shown a few bugs and glitches, we're hoping it all gets fixed in the official release. Coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One on August 8th. And our most anticipated survival game is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. One of the rising games in the early access pool, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, or PUBG for short, is a game that revitalizes the legacy of Battle Royale games on Steam. While it hasn't been officially released, Bluehole's third-person Battle Royale pits players in a grueling survival challenge. It's kill or be killed. Go alone or with a team. Collect resources, materials, guns, and more. The last person alive wins. With its early access success, the game is coming sometime to Microsoft and Sony consoles sometime soon. Pioneering the vicious free-for-all genre, it promises to bring even more depth to the open-world style carnage. Coming to the PC, PS4, and Xbox One on the 4th quarter of this year. You may get these games right now by clicking the links below.